Hello students. In last lecture we studied about the instantaneous velocity and its numerical. Today we will do some numerical related to graph. Okay, in previous lecture I taught you about some graph of x against t, means displacements against t. So before starting numerical we will do some revision. Okay, so in that lecture I taught you that suppose x against t graph. So here on the y-axis we take x, means displacement, and on x-axis we take time. And if some particle or some person changing their position with respect to time, so we have some graph like this. So we have to find the slope of this graph. So how we can find? We find by taking A, B and C. So slope will be AB upon BC, and that is equal to tan theta, where theta is the angle of x axis. Okay, so related to what we can write, AB, that is what? AB means elongate that AB onto y-axis, so we get delta x, and BC means elongate onto x-axis, so we get delta t. So AB equal to delta x upon delta t, that is equal to what? Velocity. Okay. So now today we will study about this graph, that is in exercise 3.2. Okay, in this exercise graph, and according to this graph we have to satisfy these 5 conditions. Okay, so here in graph they see on the origin school is on the origin, and P is one person and Q is second person's home. Okay, so according to this graph we have to satisfy this condition. Okay, so in the first condition they ask us about A dash B. A slash B means A or B lives closer to the school than A or B. So from this graph we can see school is at origin, and P is the nearest point to the what? School. Okay, so this distance, sorry I have forgot about the writing about x, distance and time. So school is origin, so P is the nearest distance from school. So P is what? P is the home of A. P is home of A. We can write actually here. So what we can say here from this condition, what is the nearest point from school? P. So what we can say, A lives closer to the school than B, because from this graph we can see P is the nearest point than Q. So first condition is A lives closer to the school than B. In second condition, A slash B start from the school earlier than B slash A. Okay. So in this condition we have to check about time. So on x-axis we have time. So here we can see A start from origin while B start from some point. So what we can say, which is start earlier? A. So what we can write here, A start from the school earlier than B. See what they are asking about in second condition, they are asking about time. So we have to check only x axis where we take time as quantity, So in second condition we can see that A start from origin while B start from some point. Okay, so we can say A start from the school earlier than B. Okay, in third condition A/B walks faster than B/A. This condition is about the velocity. Okay, for velocity, according to x against t graph, how we can find the velocity? We can find the velocity by taking slope. Okay, so now we are finding the slope for A and B. We take together. So there are some water, so I am unable to write it. Actually, I will draw here. Okay, we define this graph. This is A and this is B graph. Okay, now we will talk about the velocity. See, here they ask about who is faster. So how can we define someone is faster than other? By taking their velocity. So we will find the velocity for A and B. So here they don't give any value about A and B. So what we do, we find the slope. Okay. According to this graph, we can see slope of A is tan theta. Slope of B will also tan theta. But what is difference? Difference is the angle theta. You can check here that the angle of A and B from the x-axis, you can see the angle with respect to A is smaller than angle with respect to B. So what we can say, the slope of B is greater than slope of A. Okay, you can check here, slope of B from x-axis is what is greater than slope with respect to A. So what we can say, slope of B is greater than slope of A. Ultimately, slope is represent the tan theta and slope also represent the velocity. So what we can say, if slope of B is greater than slope of A, so velocity of B is greater than velocity of A. So what we can say from here, whose velocity is more? Velocity of B. So what we can say, B walks faster than A. Obviously, the person who has higher velocity will walk faster. So B has higher velocity according to graph. So we can say B walk faster than A. Okay. In fourth condition, they ask A and B reach at home same time or different time. Okay. In this condition, A and B reach home at same or different time. So they again ask about time. But see, they have not same velocity. Okay. But the distance will be same. So what happen? Time will be same. In fifth condition, A/B overtakes B/A on the road once or twice. Okay, so according to graph, we can see that in this graph, we can see that B start later than A, but in this intersection B cross A. Okay, so we can say that B overtakes A on the road. Okay, now we can see from graph that there is only one intersection. So what we can say, B overtakes only once. Okay, obviously we can check, yeah, or we can correct this condition from third condition. In third condition, what we see that B walks faster. So obviously the person who walks faster can only overtake. Okay, so this satisfies fifth condition. Now we will see exercise 3.3. Okay. Okay, students, in exercise 3.3 we have to plot the graph x against t. Okay, for that graph we have give some conditions. So first we draw x against t graph. Now we have to put condition, so we can draw the graph according to this condition. So we will see condition step by step. In first condition, they say a woman start from her home at 9 a.m. and walk with a speed of 5 km per hour, a straight road up to her office 2.5 km. Okay, so first condition, I just write here about some conditions. Okay, I don't write full statement. In first condition, what they say, start from home at 9 a.m. Okay, so they give us time about, so we have to take 9 a.m. on x-axis, so we can write here 9 a.m. After that, what they give, woman walk at speed 5 km per hour to 2.5 km. That means for 2.5 km distance, how much time she required? So according to state formula V equal to x by t, we can find the time t equal to x upon v. So distance 2.5 km and speed is 5, so we get 0.5 hour. So obviously 0.5 hours is 30 minutes. That is some easy numerical. So from here we have to draw up to 2.5 km and on time we have to consider 9.30 am. So from here to up to 2.5 km on y-axis and on the x-axis up to 9.30 am. Okay, so we can take this slope like this. Okay, now in third condition, woman stay at her office up to 5 p.m. So take the 5 p.m. on x-axis and they say woman stay there. That means she not have changed her position, so the graph of x-axis remain stay. After that, she returned her home by speed of 25 km per hour because she returned by auto. That means she returned by 25 km per hour, but the distance remains same. Okay, so don't forget that, because she went to office and returning from office to home. That means the distance remains same, and distance give us earlier that is 2.5 km. So now we have to find the time for returning home. So again we write this formula t equal to x again v, x by v. So now x remains same. Okay. So 2.5 divided by 25. That is what? 0.1. So 0.1 is what? Hour. So that is 6 minutes. Okay. Obviously 1 hour is what? 60 minutes. So if we take 0.1 hour, that is what? 6 minutes. So simple. So from here, she stay up to office at till 5 p.m. and after that she return to home in just 6 minutes. So we have to take here 5.06 minutes and we have to slope like this. So this will become a graph according to given condition. First condition is she stay up to home at 9 a.m. So that means from 0 to 9 a.m. she will remain at her home. After that, what she walk to her office at 5 km per hour speed to 2.5 km. That means she reach to office by 30 minutes. So we take 9 to 9:30 and plot to graph to y-axis up to 2.5 km. After that, she stay up to 5 p.m. That means she don't change her position. So the position remain same up to 2.5 km. After that, she return home by auto up to 25 km per hour speed, but distance remain same. So we find the time to reach the home by x upon v. So 2.5 divided by 25, that is 0.1 hour, that is equal to 6 minutes. So after 5 p.m. she just returned in 5 hour and 6 minutes. So we take graph to 5 hours and 6 minutes. That is your final graph for given condition. Okay. So after this we will see the exercise 3.4. Okay. In exercise 3.4, they ask to us about to draw a x against t graph here also, but the condition is very confusing. Okay. Actually, I am right. Reading the condition, a drunk walking in narrow lane takes 5 steps forward and 3 steps backward, followed again by 5 steps forward and 3 steps backward, and so on. Each step is 1 meter long and require 1 second time. Plot x against t graph on his motion, determine graphically and otherwise how long the drunk takes to fall in a pit 30 meters away from start. Means here we have to draw a x against t. X against t graph. Okay, in this graph we have only one condition actually. We have to take 5 steps forward. That means upward side 5 meter and then 3 steps backward. That means downwards we have to take 3 steps. Okay. Now we have to reach the 13 meter. That means from initial to end point we have to take 13 meter. That means from starting we are taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Okay. On time we are not taking any number because we don't know on which time he reached to 13 meter. Okay. But we know that to 1 meter long, to travel 1 meter, he requires 1 second time. Okay, that is the condition for time. So now we are taking from initially with what he did, he traveled 5 meter. Okay, so when he traveled 5 meter, on that position we take 5 second time. Okay, now condition is what? 5 step forward, that means from initial he take 5 meter. Now what? Second condition is 3 step backward. So from 3 step backward, that means after walking 5 meter he walk 3 step backward, that means he reached to 2 meter. Okay, so 3 step backward means he walked 3 step, each step require 1 second, that means 3 step require another 3 seconds. So 5 plus 3, that is 8 seconds. On reaching 8 seconds, he fulfilled one condition. After that what? He followed again, means he is doing these conditions continuously. That means on reaching second step, he continue his first condition. That means he walk to 5 steps again. That means from 2 to 5, from 2 meter, he start again walking in forward direction and up to 5 meter. So from 2 to 5 meter, he reached to 7 meter. Okay, so how much time he required? He required 5 seconds from 8 seconds. We are not writing here second, okay? We write here second time. So it is convenience for me. Okay, so after 8 seconds, he walked 5 meter forward side. So he need 5 seconds more. So on reaching 7 meter, he takes 8 plus 5, that is 30. On reaching 7 meter, he again returned to 3 steps backward. That means from 7 to 3 steps backward, he reached to 4 meter. So another 3 seconds required to step backward, that is 16 seconds. After 16, he again followed that condition. So after 16 seconds, he reached to 4 meter. Now on reaching 4 meter, he again start to walk in forward direction to 5 meter. So 4 plus 5, he reached to 9 meter. For reach 9 meter, he need more 5 seconds. So 16 plus 5, that is 21. On reaching 9 meter, he again returned to 3 steps backward. So from 9 to 3 steps backward, he reached on 6. To reach on 6, he need another 3 seconds. So from for 21 plus 3, that is 22. Now again he walked forward to 5 meter. So 6 plus 5, that is 11. For that he required another 5 seconds. So to reach 11 meter, he need 29 seconds. On reaching 11, he returned 3 steps again. So what? He reached to 8 meter. For that he need another 3 seconds. So total time required 29 plus 3, that is 32. On reaching 8, he again walked to 5 meter forward. So what that is, he reached to 30 meter, means 8 plus 5, that is 13 meter. Okay. So what the final time? Final time is 32 plus 5, that is 37 seconds. Okay. So according to this graph, we can say on by fulfilling this condition 5 step forward and 3 step backward, and each step require 1 second time, he needs 37 seconds to reach the 13 meter, and this is the graph for given condition. Okay student, so in this video we do 3 exercise, and that is more important because all are related to graph. Okay, so if you don't understand the graph of x against t, you are not able to do this exercise. Okay, so to understand the graph you need to see my previous lecture. From that you can understand the graph of x against t. So if you understand that, you are solve this yourself. So okay students, in next video we will study about the acceleration, and after that we will study about the equation of motion. That is also an important topic for your whole study up to 12. So don't forget to see next video. Till then, bye bye.